Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about BTV, or Better Than Vim. BTV is an ed-inspired command-based command line text editor. It is not a visual editor. It's command-based text editor. You'll see what this means in a minute. I have kind of a list of reasons why that's cool and good in the README on my GitHub, as well as a lot of documentation. But really, I'd like to just kind of jump into actually using BTV rather than explaining too much about it, because that might take a long time. I don't have a lot of time. So assuming you've installed BTV, you've made analysis for it. If you want to create a new file, you could just type BTV, and then we're going to do test.txt. And so when you press enter, this is going to create a new file, and it's going to open it so we can edit it. Now, when we create a new file, it's going to automatically insert like a single like empty line in it. So what we can do is we can do A. A is a special command to append from, well, I should explain. There's no cursors in this interface, but there is an internal address that can basically point to specific lines. When there's only one line, it's going to be pointing to the only line, right? So anyway, when we do A, what it's going to do is it's going to append text after that line. But here, I think we actually want to do capital A, because what capital A is going to do is going to prepend the text instead. So we're going to have the text, and then we're going to have a new line just kind of after that text. Anyway, so when we put in this capital A, now it wants the text. So here we can do something like title. And this is when we can just kind of insert like whatever we want, basically. We're in insert mode here. Then we can just do like hello world. And now we might want to get out of insert mode, right? Like this, I think this is good enough. So we can do dot, and this will exit insert mode. So now we're back in the commands mode. So now we can type more commands to do stuff, but I think this file is fine. So what we can do instead is we can type the Q command. The Q command is to exit the program. However, if we do that right now, we won't actually have our changes saved, right? So we have to actually like change our saves. We have to actually save our changes. We can do that using W. So we do W, our changes are going to be saved. Then we can do Q to quit. And so, if you look at our files, we can see like, yep, our test file is created, and we can use cat to see that, yeah, we actually did create it. There is one issue though, or at least one pet peeve that I have, and that's that we have this like extra new line here, right? Like I don't really like that. So let's edit our file again. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about addressing. Basically, the text editor has an address. It's pointing to a certain line. And if we do the R command, we can see what line this is. So this is at line 3. Now, I should note with line numbers, it actually starts at line 0. So line 3 is here. So that's cool. If we want, we can switch lines very easily using, we can just like type in a number. So we can do 1. And then we can actually display what's on a particular line by just doing a dot in the command. So yeah, so now you can see that we're on line 1, which is here, as we printed out earlier. And we can see that when we print out the particular line, it shows us that we're on the subtitle. So I don't really want that though. So let's go to the last line, special command that we can do, the $sign, that'll go to the end. We can print it and we can confirm it's that line. And then we can actually just get rid of this line pretty easily by doing D. I'll just delete the line. Then we can do W to save the file, and then we can do Q to quit. So now when we do cat.test, it'll print it out. Anyway, I've run out of time. There's a lot more commands to look at in the README. Thank you very much for watching this presentation.